What is up, guys, and welcome back to the SW Bricks and Figs channel. Today I'm bringing you an updated look at my entire Imperial army. So this is my Lego Imperial army as of about halfway through 2021. I did an update right at the start of the year, but I think it's improved quite a bit, so I decided to redo this entire video. And now I'm going to go through all of the sets as well as every single minifigure that I have in my collection. Of course, if you do enjoy today's video, guys, make sure to hit that subscribe button as well as leave a like. You can also check out my recent clone army video, which I'll put up there. That was a really fun one. But yeah, today we are focusing on the Imperials, and you can see I've got quite a few right here, so let's get straight into breaking down all the figures and all of the sets. So we now have a grand total of 208 Imperial minifigs from just plain Stormtroopers, all the different variants, and then the leaders and Imperial officers and all that sort of thing at the front. But we're going to go through every single one right now. We've also got a ton of vehicles that we're going to go through later on in the video as well. But yeah, basically I've been really sort of collecting my Imperial army recently. I've sort of sold a load of it, and then I ended up buying loads of different parts and stuff. I sold all the old figures that I didn't really want and ended up upgrading. But yeah, you can see we have a load of figures. We're going to start right at the back from the regular Stormtroopers. So basically we have 3 squads of 16 of these regular Stormtroopers. You can see a couple of them have these awesome pauldrons and stuff like that. These are actually from Cape Cantina. Those are sort of like a commander. I need to get one more for that little squadron right there. But otherwise, this is looking pretty good. And then over here, we have another 16 of the battle damaged Stormtroopers. Then in the corner, you can see we have a few miscellaneous figs. We have 3 of the old snowtroopers. We have 1 of the new Stormtroopers. And then we have a mortar trooper and a flame trooper as well there from the Mandalorian. Turning our attention back to some miscellaneous ones on this side, we have just a regular sort of officer back here. Then we have 2 of these droids, these sort of protocol droids sort of things. 1 astromech, another Vader, and then a battle damaged Vader right there. But then if we move forwards, we have a ton of these Imperial shock troopers. We have 8 of those in total, and then in front of them we have 10 of the Death Troopers. These are all just the regular ones. I don't have any of the ones with the pauldrons or anything, but I think these look really, really good. Then we move over, we have 8 hover tank pilots as well as 8 of these patrol speeder troopers. These are kind of cool. I'm glad I could get a nice little squad of 8 of each of those. And then we have one of my favorite figs in the entire army, and this is the new scout trooper. Hopefully I'll be getting some more of those pretty soon. Hopefully they'll come out in some more sets very soon from Lego. But yeah, they look really, really good, and I'm really happy to have 3 of those, and hopefully I'll be getting some more very, very shortly. Then over here we have 4 of the Shadow Troopers, again sort of in the 2016 style to sort of match these guys. I know there were some newer ones and there's been some older versions, but yeah, I'm pretty much just trying to collect troopers that match the style of the 2016 style Stormtrooper, because that is my favourite Stormtrooper by far. Then we have 4 of the newest snow troopers right here. I've kind of got rid of a lot of my older ones like that, but yeah, we have 4 of the newer ones right here. They came in the 8080 last summer. Then we also have one of my favourite parts of the entire army. We have 8 of my shore troopers or scarif troopers. You can see these are just the regular ones. These are really hard to come by nowadays, so I'm really glad I've got 8 of those, as well as 2 of the sort of like ones with just 1 blue arm. I think that's like a commander or something, and then we have the captain in the middle who has just 2 blue arms. So I don't know if I've got those designations quite right, but they are really, really awesome, and I'm glad to have a great little squad of those guys right there. And then if we shift over further right, we have some pilots and other things like that. So at the back we have all of these different sort of like ground crew that we saw in that Scarif set. These are pretty cool. I think 2 of them are actually Jyn Erso. Yep, that one there is Jyn Erso right there. But yeah, pretty cool nonetheless. Then we have a couple of these guys right here with these cool helmets. I think these are like Death Star crew members, and then we have like a Death Star gunner here, I think, which is pretty cool as well. Then we move into pilots. We have 4 of the regular pilots without any markings on their faces, and then in the row in front of them we have the ones from, I believe, the new TIE fighter, but they're also called like TIE bomber pilots, I think they are, or TIE striker pilots, with these silver lines. They did come in the recent 2021 TIE fighter, but they're looking pretty good right there. Then we have a couple miscellaneous ones on the front. We have one with this sort of like big silver line in the middle, as well as another one of the TIE striker pilots, and then a V-wing pilot. I believe this is an Imperial V-wing pilot, which is pretty sick right there as well. Then in front of them we have loads of the 8080 pilots. We have 8 of those in total. There are 2 slight different variations. This one is a slightly older one, this one's a slightly newer one. We've got loads of the ones from the new 8080s and that sort of thing. Then we have 2 of these blue like sort of hover tank pilot looking figures right here from Darth Vader's castle. These are pretty sick and pretty expensive as well. Then we have 2 of these guys right here. I can't remember the name of them, but they are from Solo and they are really, really awesome. Again, a pretty rare and expensive fig, but yeah, good to have 2 of those in my army. And then the final section of the army is more like Imperial officers and other things like that. So we first off have Inferno squad, which is looking really good. I do love these guys. I think they're really cool looking. I think it's a really good little squad, and I'm glad to have those in my army. Then we have these guys, which are like the ATDP drivers, I believe, as well as the white versions of those as well. I can never remember the exact names of these guys. I'm sure someone will correct me in the comments, but yeah, those are pretty sick nonetheless. I would love to get a fourth one of those. That's one of the only figs I need to buy, really. I sort of wrote down lists of how many figs I needed to buy and stuff, and this is the only one I pretty much haven't bought yet, so definitely need to grab those pretty soon. And then moving over to probably one of my favorite parts of the army. I know I've said that in a few different locations, but this is definitely one of my favorite things, and this is the officers. For some reason, I really just love collecting officers. First off, we have 4 of the tan officers. I actually do have some dual molded legs, which I'm going to put on these guys very soon. I've just got to wipe the print off those, but they look really cool nonetheless. Then, speaking of dual molded legs, I have loads of these officers with the dual molded legs here. I think this just really does transform these figs and makes them look really good. I kind of wish LEGO just did this in general for their figs, but it only costs a couple of pounds to upgrade these, so it's definitely worth it for me. And these guys look amazing. So I have a total of 9 of those. I do have another one in the post on the way at the moment with the Bricklink order, but yeah, and then I'll probably get a couple more very soon. But yeah, I kind of want to have like 16 of those or so. That would look really good in my opinion. And then finally we have this General Veers minifig from the 8080 in 2020. I actually got 2 of those 8080s, so I transformed one of them into this guy right here, which I think looks pretty sick as well. I kind of just wanted to have a bit of variation, didn't want to have 2 of the exact same figure right there. And then we have some of these grey officers and stuff. I don't know what the difference is between those ones and the other ones, but these are pretty cool. We have 8 of the ones with the black hats. We have this guy right here, which came in the Star Destroyer, not the UCS one, but the 2014 one. And then we have 2 of the ATST drivers as well. They have the similar sort of uniform with just the different style helmets. I think these look really awesome as well. And that brings us on to the final part of the minifig collection, and this is the most sort of like rare and expensive part of the collection. First off, we just have a Vader and an Emperor Palpatine. These guys aren't rare, but I thought they'd be good to lead the army. Then we have a Tarkin right here. This is a really rare fig. I actually have 2 Tarkins. I have 1 sealed away, so I guess technically I have 209 minifigs, but that's still pretty cool. I definitely bought 1, and then I bought 1 just to invest in, but you can see he's got the dual molded legs as well, which look really good, and so does my Admiral Yularen right here, which is another really cool minifigure. I think this is an underrated fig. He's kind of cool. Came in May the 4th exclusive a few years ago. Then we have an Agent Callus on the far side, and then on this side we have Director Krennic, Grand Admiral Thrawn. You can see this is the only custom so far in the army, apart from the 2 over there. But yeah, this guy's from Forest Moon Bricks. He's a really cool custom. I wasn't really feeling like paying the £70 or whatever it is for the actual Grand Admiral Thrawn, so I decided to pick up a custom one. And then we have finally on the end one of my most recent additions to my army, and this is the Inquisitor. I wasn't intending to pick this up, but I actually ended up buying the TIE prototype set, so I haven't built that yet, but that is going to be really cool, and it came with this amazing minifig right here, so I definitely am glad to add this Inquisitor to my army. But that is all the minifigs right there. That's all 208, I guess kind of 209 of them right there. But yeah, really love collecting Imperials. It's one of my favourite things to do, alongside collecting Clone Troopers, of course. But yeah, let me know what you think of the minifigs. Let's go into the sets now. So now we move on to the vehicles. I apologise if there's a bit of mess in the background. There's my big Coruscant mock that I'm currently working on. If you want to go check that out, I'll leave a link to the most recent episode when this comes out. But yeah, this is the 2014 Star Destroyer. I think this is an amazing set. Again, pretty underrated, I think. And then also I have the Shuttle Tidarium in the back there. This is on a Wicked Brick display stand, so if you want to go pick that up, I'll leave a link in the description down below. I'm actually an affiliate for Wicked Brick, but that looks really good on that display stand, and it's just a really good set in general. Then we have the ATST from 2016. Pretty cool set. I also have the ATST Raider, but I didn't decide to include that in this army. Then we have the sort of like Imperial troop transport, this sort of thing from the Mandalorian again. This is actually a custom model. I'm not entirely happy with this one. I did do a review. I'll leave a link if you guys want to see that. But yeah, not entirely happy with this set right here. I think I'm probably going to sort of take this apart and build a really cool new one that I've seen out there. I'll leave a photo on screen of the one I want to build. Then after that we have 2 more tanks, and these are the hover tanks. These are really sick. I do love this set, and I wish this was out on the shelves right now because I definitely buy more of them. But I managed to get some pretty good deals on these, especially because they came with some pretty sick figs as well. And then we move up to 2 of the biggest sets in my Imperial army, and that is the 2 8080 walkers. These are the 2020 version, both of these. I think these are amazing sets right here. I think these are really well done by LEGO, and I think this is almost the perfect 8080. I think it's really nice set. I managed to get one for literally like 50% off because I bought it on Facebook Marketplace. I got a crazy steal on one of those, and then I bought one at full price as well. Then if we move down, speaking of new sets, we have this TIE Fighter right here. I actually do have a second one, which I turned into a TIE Interceptor, but it kind of got destroyed when I moved house. I have to try and rebuild that, but I think this set is really underrated as well. I think it's pretty cool. I definitely think it's a bit overhated. And then finally we have a couple of speeders. These are just the speeders that came in the 8080, and then this one is a custom one that I built for my Imperial base mock that I did a few months ago. But yeah, that is all of my vehicles and sets as well, guys. Let me know what you think of this army. Obviously minifigs are the main priority, but I do love collecting the odd vehicle here and there. I will be adding Moff Gideon's light cruiser as well as a couple other things very shortly into my army, so that'll be pretty cool, as well as upgrading a few areas. So stay tuned. I'll probably post another one of these in around January time, start of 2022. I'll probably go through and redo all of my army videos, but I've already done a load, so if you want to go check out any of my other army videos, there is a playlist that all of them will be put into, so you can go and see every single army that I do have in my Lego collection. But let me know what you thought of this in the comment section down below, guys. Leave a like on today's video. If you are new, make sure to smash that subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.